players are going to try extremely hard with the U.S. Open days away. So, I mean, this is part of their training routine and their training cycle, so it's not like they're going to be throwing matches by any means.
It sucks, too, because I know that Stowe's got a lot of great sponsors lined up, and again, Kyle talked about how great the food's going to be, the drinks, they've got Lake Champlain chocolates. If we don't show up and get a box of Lake Champlain chocolates, I'm going to be very upset, but so we've got, the chocolates, the whiskey, all of the fun things you could want. It's a shame that some of these players aren't going to be able to do or hopefully they're not doing that in preparation for the U.S. Open, as you mentioned, trying to stay in shape. And again, we don't want to talk about this event too long. This can be a relatively shorter pod, but I do want to throw some fun questions your way before we go. And just, again, we mentioned the field, and I'm going to say it one more time now. The guys they have signed up currently, Francis Tiafoe, Dennis Kudla, Yoshihito Nishioka, Maximilian Martyrer, who am I forgetting? Roberto Bautista Agut, Noah Rubin, Bradley Klahn, and a mystery guy.
Yeah. Well, the mystery guy is, the biggest piece here, I think.
Absolutely. But I wrote a piece for Stowe. They were kind enough to use it as well, and it talked about one of my favorite matchups from this event, and it's a replaying of a Challenger final from, I believe, 2016, and I believe it was the Winnetka one, if not Champaign, and that's Francis Tiafoe versus Yoshihito Nishioka. That's one of my favorite matchups to look up, just to see how far both of them have come. Obviously, Nishioka suffered that ACL injury last year, so it's going to be interesting to see where he's at, because he was always a top-ranked ITF junior in the world, and then he got up to, I think, top 60 in the world, top 70 in the world before he had that knee injury last year in Miami. But so, of all of those matchups, all of the potential matchups, 8 exclamation point. My professor used to say, because 8 times, whatever. Which matchup would you want to see the most? And maybe Kyle listens to this before, and I'm down with them rigging the draws. I would be down with a Kudla, Klahn, Tiafoe, Rubin group, and we do Team America versus Team World, which is Bautista Agut, Martyrer, Nishioka.
Still the Laver Cup model?
Yeah, exactly. Laver Cup model. I love it. And then we switched the entire event up and just played Laver Cup forward.
Laver Cup preview.
Yeah. Obviously, but yeah. So of all those potential permutations of matchup,
sure,
which one are you looking at the most?
And again, not to harp on this, but it kind of depends on that 8th piece. But for me,
I mean, if it's Murray, I'm gonna go nuts.
And for all the listeners out there, everyone knows that Gruskin is the quintessential Andy Murray fan. So I mean, he would literally
it's
have
like
just.
I just say it's like the
But to answer your question, for me, there's a lot of matchups here that are enticing and are going to be really intriguing overall. But for me, a guy like Bautista Agut, who is 17-19 in the world, wins multiple Grand Slam matches at each event. I mean, he's an all-surface level player. So seeing him match up against Tiafoe, who's had a heck of a year, breakthrough year, winning his first title, and just the athleticism of both of those guys. Both of those guys have a legitimate shot of, winning a few matches next week in Flushing Meadows. And personally, that's going to be the one that I have circled if they are lucky enough to play.
Look, some people are Israelites. I'm a Murrayite. I don't know if that's a thing, but I'm down to take
How long have you had that in the queue?
So I was going to say before you said your comment, but I couldn't remember if it was Israelite, if it was a Maccabi. The point is I had to line up the joke, but yeah, I've had it lined up. I think those are all good. I'd love to see the DC brawl between Kudla and Tiafoe.
I like
those are
that.
Two guys, JCC, or they trained at the JCCC, not the JCC, not the Jewish Community Center. I'm sure they can get there.
Plug in.
Yeah, there's my shameless plug. But yeah, 2 guys from DC. I'm sure they know each other's games well.
Sure.
I'm sure they would enjoy the laid-back atmosphere, get into it with the crowd. I'd also love to see the back-to-back Kalamazoo champions, 2014 champion Noah Rubin versus 2015 champion Francis Tiafoe. A lot of people have fallen asleep on Noah Rubin after he suffered a lot of injury plague last couple of years. And now you look at him, I think he's at a career high right around the 130s. He's going to get into qualifying at the U.S. Open for sure. I actually think he got a wild card into the U.S. Open.
He did.
Into the main draw, yeah. So again, potential first-round matchup at the U.S. Open. All of these guys, I think that'd be fun. Bradley Klahn's playing exceptionally well. Nishioka made final round of qualifying. I believe he lost in 3 to Medvedev. Bautista Agut is the highest ranked of the group, and Martyrer, I think, made quarterfinals of this year's Australian Open. They're all excellent players, and so it's a testament to Sam Duvall and Andrew and Kyle and all of the guys that put this tournament together. So there are a lot of fun matchups for me, again, Ruben Tiafoe, Tiafoe Kudla, Tiafoe Nishioka. A lot of it involves Tiafoe.
The wheels are spinning right
I guess
here.
I just haven't gotten to see Francis play. It's such a unique game, and so yes, the wheels are spinning. I'm very excited for all of these matchups. I think fans, if you're not able to go the first day and see all of these guys play, no matter what day you go, you will be treated to some excellent tennis.
Absolutely.
But okay. Let's have a little fun. We don't want to end this podcast without doing everyone's favorite segment. So, West stuff. I don't know if we can do a drum roll on live video, but I'll try our best. So cue the drum roll, please. You like it?
I liked it. Yeah.
That's funny. Well, it's time for this week's Changeover Chat.
Changeover chat. I can't compete with Robin. I can't compete.
Like
He has
Facebook-
an angelic voice,
I
man.
know. Don't tell him that because he literally thinks he's.
Hopefully
sleeping.
Rothman's not
You know
viewing
who
it
he
right
thinks?
now.
Rest in peace. He thinks he's Aretha Franklin, and so it's unbelievable that he has a he loves it as well. But you drop the there, and you just go Changeover chat.
Well, I was eager, man. I had to get in there.
Yeah, I know.
You want me to do it again? I can do it again.
No. We'll leave it. Definitely leave all of that in though, West stuff. But okay. For this changeover chat, no specific gimmick, but I just want to talk about, in general, the tennis viewing experience. You're a fan going to the Stowe Mountain Lodge Classic. You are first time in Spruce Creek. By the way, congratulations. It will be this will be you in about 6 hours.
Yeah.
What do you do to ensure you have the best experience possible at this event? What does your day look like?
Sure. First and foremost,
Early morning workout.
Yeah, you
gotta
get the early workout in. Yeah, just get things going.
And that hair, and that's not a gel, it's sweat.
Well, so I'm gonna incorporate the workout into the scene at Stowe, though, right?
Now we're talking.
So you've got
climb to Spruce Peak.
Yeah, you could climb the Spruce Peak. You could do biking trails. I think they even have
if we don't zip line while I'm there, I'm gonna be pissed.
Zip line. You could get a lot of outdoor activities in and incorporate that into the
zip
workout.
line is.
Yeah, so you don't have to be at the hotel. And no offense to the Mandarin Hotel, because they have been incredibly hospitable to us and the Cracked Racquets team this weekend. But honestly, I'm looking forward to just being outside. The scenery is incredible from the pictures that we've seen.
Go-to cocktail.
So you have to plug Whistle Pig. That's one of the premier sponsors of the Stowe Mountain Lodge Classic. So I'm excited to taste the whiskey. I know there are a few local craft beer sponsors as well.
Stowe cider, I imagine.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
For the non-alcoholic crowd.
Alex Ariza.
If you're not an alcoholic, I mean the non-alcoholic crowd.
Alex Ariza, who's on the Cracked Racquets team, he is a German at heart. He's fluent in German, and he's a big cider guy. So shout out to Ariza and the cider. We're gonna have some for you, and hopefully bring some back for you.
What does it mean to be a German at heart? I don't really get that phrase.
We don't have enough time. We do not have enough time for
We'll
this.
ask Martyr when we see him this weekend if he knows what it means to be a German at heart. I will say, respectfully, I'm obviously joking around, but you're going to put the Cracked Racquets logo on the 5th line of your sponsorships? We are a top-line product. No, I'm just kidding. And again, we're so happy to be involved with this. And yeah, if your kids haven't started school yet, if you're in the Northeast region, you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, you want to have tennis involved, definitely make your way to the Stowe Mountain Lodge Classic. We will be there if you want to come say hello to us. We'd really love that. The tennis will be phenomenal. There's a players' party Saturday night, which we will also be at, which, again, it sounds like we're going to get to, if we, meaning fans of the game, are going to get to interact with these players. We say fans, and we do have the media credentials here, but still, all of the fans at this event will get the same sort of access that we do. And it sounds like these players are really entertaining. I remember Kyle was telling us last year, Francis is saying, drive me up to the stadium through the front gate. I want to see everyone as much as possible. Or just all of these things that when you go to a Cincinnati, unless you have a media pass, you will not get this sort of access. And so that is really the unique part of this event. I'm trying to think, do I have any other changeover chat questions for you? Any random things? You got any topics you want to throw out there? Yeah.
I think,
Which Wolf was funnier, Danielle or JJ?
I just thought, neither. I think just together they were a great back and forth, man. The dynamic was great, but I know
they call him Jeffrey John the entire time. I think Jeffrey John.
And the short banter was amazing. So Danielle, JJ, thank you again for coming on. We'll get that out here soon, but we probably need to wrap up because I know the Cracked Racquets team is eager to go explore Boston and get some more clam chowder in.
I'm literally just trying to avoid rush hour. That's all I want. I just want to get to Vermont without being stopped for 2 hours at a time.
So, let's wrap this up. I know you're the host, so I'm not going to step on any toes.
I appreciate you saying that. I will also say, going back to your outdoor activities, Sojourn Bicycling and Active Vacations is a sponsor of this. So it sounds like they have some active things for you to do as well. But yes, as Dalton mentioned, seems like it'd be time to wrap this up. I want to ask our producer in the back, Westhoff, did we miss anything?
No, it's wrap. I want to eat.
That's how he's ready to eat. I love to hear it. Well, then, one last time, for my wonderful co-host on this occasion, Dalton Thieneman, for the lovely Mandarin Oriental Hotel, which was kind enough to put us up, for all of the people at Stowe Mountain Lodge Classic who we will see this weekend, and we look forward to interacting with you. And it's going to be a fun weekend, so stay tuned to the Instagrams, the social media, Twitter, Facebook, all of our accounts. We will have a ton of content, so you'll want to follow along. But one last time, I am your host, Alex Gruskin, and Dalton, what do we say to our fans? Hola, great shot.
Well, you put me on the spot there, but yeah. Hola, great shot. That's terrible. I don't even know what I'm trying to do there.
You know what's funny is Rothman's going to hear you compliment his singing, but what he's going to take out of it is my Spanish is better than Dalton's. He's going to give you an impression.
That is no debate there.
Yeah, we'll do one last time, though. What do we say?
Hey, great shot.
I love it, and we will see you all next time.